Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome all viewers. So there was just a video posted where Andrew Tate, our brother in Islam, was interviewed for over 4.5 hours. The interview was conducted by PBD Podcast, and in 6 hours it already has well over 1 million views. Today there is a very small segment of this interview that I wanted to share some thoughts regarding, and this is about 3 hours into the conversation where Andrew Tate is asked about public school and about the agenda that is being pushed on children that religious people specifically are against. So Andrew Tate, he gives some advice, and I wanted to share some of my thoughts because anyone who is familiar with my channel, you know this is a topic I've been talking about for years. I believe establishing good Islamic schools in America should be the Muslim community's #1 priority. This is of the utmost importance. And therefore, we are currently in the process of establishing an Islamic school here in Jacksonville, Florida. Right now, all we need is enough funding to purchase a property and get the school functional, and then inshallah, it will be self-sustaining after that. Now, with that said, let's get back to this interview with Andrew Tate. The interviewer asked him what advice he has for parents who are dealing with this situation where their children are going to school and they are being taught things that are against the beliefs of the family. What can be done? How can we protect our children? Here's what he says.
Imagine you had 18 kids from 6 or 7 parents, groups of parents, and everyone's living together. The family unit, the energy and the ethos and the merits of that particular clan is going to be so much stronger and difficult for the matrix to penetrate and break. Their best friends are the people they live with. The kids live with the other kids who believe the same as them. The parents all agree. When you're a clan, you're far more difficult to attack and assault. So I would say the first thing I would do if I was a parent of normal income, I would try and find other parents who agree with me and try and find other people who are ideologically sound. And I'd make sure that our children are friends and they spend the most time with each other. And I would try for us all to go on holidays together.
Now, I agree 100% with Andrew Tate here regarding the importance of making sure we surround ourselves with like-minded people. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us that the parable of a good companion and a bad companion is like the perfume seller versus the ironsmith. Now just imagine every day you send your child to go with a perfume seller. They're at a perfume shop. They are surrounded by good smells. How good is your child going to smell when they come home? And compare that to the example of sending your kids every day to go be with an ironsmith. They're going to be surrounded by smoke. They're going to be breathing it in. They might get burnt from the fire. When they come home, they are going to smell like smoke. Imagine how difficult it would be every day when your child comes home from the ironsmith to wash that smell off of them, to try and heal the burns that they endured, to try to make sure that now they are breathing clean air. Obviously, there's only so much that you're going to be able to do. And that's in a situation where a parent might actually be trying their hardest. There's still irreversible things that child is going to be experiencing, spending so much time in that environment. This is the same situation when you send your child to a public school versus a good Islamic school. And I am speaking from personal experience. I've taught in Islamic school, and I've taught Muslim children who have good Muslim parents who care about the upbringing of their children. However, they go to the public school. It's like night and day. It's like children who go to the perfume shop every day versus children who go to the ironsmith every day. And then during the weekend, they try to wash off all of the smoke and heal all of the burns that they endured throughout the week. Now here's a segment of the conversation where Andrew Tate basically tries to describe how to try and cleanse your child after they get home.
I would make sure that my family had core parameters and core beliefs that we believed in, and I would fact check everything my child was told against those core parameters and core beliefs. So let's say one of our core parameters and core beliefs was hard work. We believed in hard work and dedication. When they came home and told me something about body shaming or the fact that models can change, I'd say, does that agree with the beliefs and the merits that this family has decided we're going to operate under? Yes or no? I would have a framework, I would have a gate which ideas have to penetrate through. Every idea has to be fact checked against a gate, a parameters of set values that was stuck to my last name. Honor, courage, discipline, hard work, whatever those parameters are. And I'd say to my child every day, what did you learn in school? I'd listen to it and I'd say, does that align with our value on this? And also, I'd make this very clear, because this was done to me as a child. I'd make it very clear to my children that they are exceptional. I think every single person is exceptional for different reasons. We talk about normal children, normal families. That doesn't mean they're not an exceptional individual. They can still be an exceptional person. Totally. Who knows what they might become?
Sure.
I'd say you're an exceptional. You don't believe what everyone else in that school is told to believe just because it is said. You're an exceptional person, and we have a framework we operate under because your last name is X, and our framework is this. Does that align with hard work and dedication? No, it doesn't. Why are they trying to tell you that? Because they're trying to attack the framework which you need to be successful.
Now, I would say that this is perhaps from the best advice he can give to families who have absolutely no other choice except to send their children to public school. Let's say hypothetically they have no other choice. Now, to keep the parable regarding the perfume seller and the ironsmith going, because this is a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then basically if we were to try to implement the advice that our brother is giving here, then it would be like sending our children every day to the ironsmith, but telling them, we believe that the majority of things that are happening there is completely wrong. We do not want you to partake in the things that are going on there. The smoke that you're breathing in is bad for you. The flames all around you are dangerous. Try to avoid the foul smell getting on you as much as possible. Brothers and sisters, think about how difficult, if not impossible, of a task that is for a child going to school. Think about the nature of children, especially adolescent children. How realistic is it for them to listen to everything that their parents tell them to do and to avoid everything that their peers are doing, that their teachers are teaching them? How realistic of a solution is this really? Especially when there is a much better, more feasible solution of establishing good Islamic schools. If Muslims prioritized establishing good Islamic schools, in the same way this hypothetical parent would have to prioritize every day sitting with their children, trying to cleanse them of all the filth their children were exposed to during the day going to school. If we had that same energy in establishing Islamic schools, then surely we could accomplish it. And instead of sending our children to the ironsmith, we could start sending them to the perfume seller. Brothers and sisters, this should be our number one priority. And it is very feasible. There are already functioning Islamic schools in America. But the reality is we have not, by and large, as a community, made this a priority. Now, I would say that the main criticism I see regarding Islamic school is the price, that it's unaffordable. And in this last clip of Andrew Tate, he talks about how much money can help solve a lot of these problems.
You can no longer just be the average man, the average citizen. I insulate myself from so many problems with money. I know this is a terrible thing to say and people aren't gonna like hearing it, but it's true. I never have to worry about my kid going to learn something they don't wanna learn. I don't have to worry about any of this because money protects me, right?
Now, it may be true that having money can help solve a lot of these problems. And even with our school, Straight Path Academy, this is where we're stuck at the moment. We simply have to fundraise until we have enough to purchase a property and get the school functioning. However, I would argue that it is not nearly as unaffordable as many people have been led to believe. Firstly, I would pose the question, is there anything more worth your money than protecting your children from the hellfire? And secondly, yes, the situation might differ from state to state. However, here in Florida, there are scholarship programs here in Florida that make sure private school is affordable for everyone. And again, if we as a community made it our priority, then surely the wealthy individuals within our own community would be able to support such projects. And this is how we can truly solve so many of these issues, by actually establishing communities based on the truth, based on following the guidance that Allah sent us. We currently have the freedom to do such things in this country. The question is, are we going to make it a priority? Allah knows best. Thank you for watching. Please check the links in the description and support Straight Path Academy. As soon as we have raised enough funds to purchase a property, then we can open the school, inshallah. We already have a team of experienced individuals who have run Islamic schools before, who have taught. All we need right now is your financial support. Allah knows best. Thank you for watching. May Allah protect us and our families and our children. JazakumAllahukhairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.